What I see happen a lot is this sort of thing where people will get like really locked in and they try to like. Meanwhile, if you let yourself stay nice and loose and long, it gives us the ability to swing a little bit and kind of load up and bounce. And it's really, really quite easy.
All right, what are we talking about today?
Today, we're talking about a really pretty straightforward tip, but it's something that comes up especially often with newer climbers, which is that anytime you're trying to generate for a move, you should try to do it from as straight an arm as possible. A lot of times, because it loads your hands more and it just feels more engaged and solid, people will prioritize getting into these like really bound, locked off positions, and they essentially compromise the move that they're trying to make in order to feel more secure where they already are.
Why should you do this technique?
It's going to give you more room to move your feet and set up for a move. It's going to give you more room to kind of accelerate into the wall and get a good momentum going to avoid a swing. And sort of most importantly, it's going to give you a longer runway to sort of generate speed and power. And it's going to give you a lot more distance while also loading positions in a more balanced and smoother way. As you're starting to use more momentum, that's really the time where I see people the most getting kind of stuck, because they have to do kind of a big move and they try to get kind of up to it. They start to get a little uncertain and then they kind of commit, you know? But if instead you sort of relax a little bit more, you can just swoop on up.
So what else is this technique going to help me with?
Initially, you learn to kind of like have your body into the wall to load feet as much as possible. But as we can kind of see, like if I come into the wall here, look at the angle that my foot makes with this foothold, especially this sort of sloper here. It's like, as my knee tracks in, I'm more prone to just sort of blow. But if I just sag out a little bit and either drop my heel by virtue of sort of ankle flexion or by sitting my butt down and out more, I'm pushing it into the wall. And all of a sudden, like, this cannot blow. As long as I'm pushing into the wall, will not cut. You know, it only blows when this angle fails or I kind of lift away and stop loading it at all. So by letting my arms, by pulling into the wall, we see I'm at this kind of like poor, kind of precarious angle. By sagging out, I can actually load it a lot more and with like basically impunity, you know, as long as I'm pushing into the wall, like I'm totally on this wrong, you know, it's like I'm not on the foot at all. I'm just like stomping them on there. So by hanging out, by having straight arms, you have the angle and the ability to do that. And then as soon as you're trying to create a little bit of pop and a little bit of distance, you can sort of use your whole body to sort of fluidly move between positions instead of having to get kind of like bound up.
Should everyone do this all the time?
If you're trying to balance and move slowly and lock off and you're in a position where you can just sort of perch on feet, then you can get really locked in and you can kind of just reach, but you're not going to go as far and you're not going to be able to create much out to in to kind of balance out any falling away. So particularly poorly suited for steeper overhangs. If you're trying to do a bigger move, if you're trying to translate up and over onto a foot, anything that's having a bigger body movement rather than like a little balance and reach, you basically want to start straight armed. You want to sit back and down on your legs. This is going to let you drive in, it's going to let you bounce, it's going to let you pull and get as much distance with as much control as possible. If you're interested in some more personalized coaching, check out our website at hoopersbeta.com/coaching. And remember that if you've unfortunately run into any new little tweaks or niggles, we have the recovery blueprint up and available for anyone who needs it. Also, as a reminder for any San Diego-based climbers, if you come and check out Flux, you get a 10% discount if you mention Hoopers Beta. And finally, if you want more content like this, remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.